Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are gonna look at the GPCR-Adenylate Cyclase-cAMP protein kinase A pathway. In the last video we saw an introduction about G-protein kappa receptor, and today we're gonna look at the first pathway involving this type of receptors. So here we have the pathway. In this case we have a ligand, that's norepinephrine, and norepinephrine, as I said in the video before, G-protein kappa receptor are associated mainly with neurotransmitters, meters, and hormones. So in this case, norepinephrine can be both an hormone and a neurotransmitter. And in this case, we have G-alpha beta gamma subunit that I said before. G-alpha subunit is GTPase, so when it's bound to GTP, G-alpha, it's active, and when it's bound to GDP, so GDP, G-alpha, it's inactive. So when the ligand is not bound to the receptor, G-alpha subunit is inactive, so it's G-alpha GDP. Once the ligand binds, G-alpha becomes active, so it becomes G-alpha GTP. And when we have G-alpha GTP, it dissociates from G-beta gamma and goes to activate adenylate cyclase. Adenylate cyclase is an enzyme that I don't know how to say that, cyclizes, I don't know. It takes adenosine monophosphate and turns it into cyclic AMP. And cyclic AMP is a messenger molecule. So in the cell, cyclic AMP acts as a messenger, not only in eukaryotic cells, because here we're talking about obviously eukaryotic cells because we have norepinephrine, but it can also be a signaling molecule inside prokaryotic cells. In fact, the lac operon has cyclic AMP as signaling. So also lac operon has cyclic AMP as a signaling. Why am I telling you that? Because my biology professor once made that question and no one could ask it. So maybe your professor will say when you're talking about this pathway, well, where we also found cyclic AMP. And well, in prokaryotes in the lac operon. Anyway, cyclic AMP, so it's a small molecule, and this small molecule goes to activate protein kinase A. Protein kinase A is a protein kinase, meaning that it attaches phosphates to other proteins, and phosphorylation can either activate or inactivate other proteins, including transcription factor. And if I remember, one of the transcription factors that gets involved, so gets activated, is CREB, for example. And then this goes into the nucleus. So here we have the nucleus of the cell. And inside we have genes and regulates transcription. So transcription, transcription regulation. And we also have a level of gene regulation and a level of protein regulation, because protein kinase A can also phosphorylate other proteins. And so we have, as I said, genetic response and protein response, and these are different because protein response is immediate and genetic response needs some time for the synthesis of protein. So cyclic AMP binds here and protein kinase A becomes active. This is PKA. And this pathway is important, and there are some toxins that can interfere with this pathway. For example, a famous toxin is cholera toxin. Cholera toxin causes the accumulation of cyclic AMP inside intestinal cells. And the excess of cyclic AMP causes so there are ions that flow outside the intestinal cells, because I think they open chloride channels or something like that, and so you have really strong diarrhea, etc., etc. And there is also pertussis toxin and other toxins that can bind to these receptors that have the adenylate cyclase-cAMP protein kinase pathway of transduction of the signal. And cyclic AMP is then broken down by an enzyme called phosphodiesterase, PDE. So PDE breaks that bond and so uses H2O to break the cyclic AMP bond and make AMP again. So this is so cyclic AMP PDE inhibits protein kinase in an indirect way. And this is pretty much all of the overview about this pathway involving adenylate cyclase. I hope that this video is helpful for you, and if it is, please subscribe to my channel, consider looking other videos, and I will make videos about the second pathway, the green one, so the green one here, that involves phospholipase C and diacylglycerol inositol 3-phosphate, and it's a pathway that also involves G protein kappa receptor. Until the next time, have a great day. Bye bye.